In this episode of Free Game Recording Softwares, I was supposed to review a program that went by the name of 𝙎𝙐𝗋𝗃𝐻𝐿. Why past tense? It's the early 2000s. It's the golden age of internet. The world is blooming, the internet is blooming, the gaming is blooming, everything is new and interesting, new games, new programs. Somewhere around 2002, an app called Xfire was created, utilized by gamers all across the globe to communicate when and how to play the game, instant message and even talk. You could see when your friends were online or what game they were playing. However, Xfire was completely shut down by 30th April 2016. One of its co-founders, Dennis Thresh Fong, back in 2007 became a founder of company Raptor. Raptor was a client that would allow you to track achievements and, among more stuff, record your gameplay. Somewhere along the lines of 2015, Raptor launched 𝙎𝙐𝙋𝙗𝗃, a gaming video clip sharing service, which then became independent in 2017, and Raptor software itself shut down by the end of 2018. Then 𝙎𝙎TV got completely discontinued in December 2019, and the circle completes. Today, if you type in 𝙎𝙎TV, first result you are greeted on search engines is Metal.tv, which seems to have become a refuge for all 𝙎𝙎TV users. However, somewhere far amongst the search results, if you click on third or fourth page of search results, you may stumble upon a GitHub repository that carries a title RePlaysTv, a community project patch for the discontinued 𝙎𝙎TV client. Today, we will be looking at just that. Welcome everybody, this is Priest and this is a new episode of Free Game Recording Software. First, take a look at the must-have features. Photo, self-explanatory, I think. In this segment, I am supposed to review a website. However, I'm not sure how much I can do that since this is just a repository, but let's see how much information they provided. It says on 12/15 of 2019, 𝙎𝙎TV discontinues support to their website and desktop application. This is a non-profit community-based project that patches over the existing 𝙎𝙎TV software to give it a custom use interface with plenty of upload platforms and additional features. There's also a Discord community for bugs, development, etc. You also have installation instructions. If we scroll down, we do see features list. There's an installer, there's offline function, custom UI themes, editor, clip editor, clips, upload tab. There is no snapshot tab. Settings tab is there. Recording, upload functionality, however not to 𝐼𝐿𝐼𝐾at and YouTube. There's also no in-game HUD functionality and no instant replay. However, there is deep integration, for example, with Counter-Strike Global Offense. However, League of Legends and Dota are a no-no. There's also auto-update functionality. They also have some to-do lists. I guess this is something they need to do and fix. They also say, please be aware that using this client modification is a violation of 𝙎𝙎TV terms of service. However, since that is discontinued, how much do we care? So let's see how to install this and follow the instructions. It says you must have last 𝙎𝙎 client installed 3.0.0. You can still download the original from here. So let's see if we can still download it. This is a Dropbox file. Click download and direct download. And save. Now, one thing I want to mention is I did used to use this program a while ago. It was very interesting. This program was labeled as very compatible and very low resource hungry for AMD graphics cards. NVIDIA users had Shadowplay, and this was the alternative for AMD users. Anyhow, let us keep reading while it's downloading. It says, when installing an original 𝙎𝙎 client, if Metal TV website pops up, close out of it and continue on with the instructions. It appears that Metal has taken the 𝙎𝙎TV domain, so now their webpage loads it instead of an error message. So let's run the installer. Starting up. Now it opens up something, one more step. What is this? Confirm I'm a human. So what opens up is Metal TV something. So it says close out of it. Let's see if we can close out of it somehow. So all I have to do is simply close out of this. So the website states that if this opens up, just continue on with the instructions. Close out 𝙎𝙎 if it's currently running. So let's do that. It's running, so I'm going to exit out of it. It says download and extract the latest release. So here's the latest release of 3.0.3. I'm going to scroll down and click this and click save. One interesting thing is down here we also see the changelog, what was changed, what was added. The extraction is gonna take quite a while, it seems. After extracting the folder, here's what I'm greeted with. Let's find out what's next. After downloading and extracting, close the RePlaysTv, open the installer executable. Now there is note bug. The installer directory should not contain a space. Example, random folder contains a space right here versus random underscore folder. So let's find out if mine does. My path does not contain a space anywhere. So I guess the only thing I'm supposed to do is run the installer. And here it is. It says RePlaysTv installer. It says number 4, locate and confirm the location of RePlaysTv should be located at app data local place. Let's open up this folder and find out. So I just opened up this folder and I can confirm that it is in fact installed there. So I'm going to click install. This automated process could take up to 10 minutes or more. Make sure the last version of Plays is installed and not currently open. So I make sure it's not open and I'm going to click yes. So here we go. The installation has begun. It says hit install and wait for the completion message pop up. I have to say this is quite a solid process, especially having to wait for so long. The only thing that's left to find out is if the program is worth all of this. And here it is. This is the completion message pop up. Installation complete, open replays. I guess I'm just going to click yes and see what happens. And here it is. It's launching. And here it is. Replays. Nothing else is happening, so I'm assuming this is it. So this is the only version there is, so let's simply jump in to showcasing the program. So first thing we see is the sessions. I'm assuming these are going to be all the recordings we have. So here I have a couple of sessions and couple of clips that I took using recordings get sorted by games. If I click here, I get a drop down of all the games that I recorded and it says game unknown. But the game I recorded is called Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions. However, the program did not recognize the name of the game, so it just named it unknown. Hovering over any clip reveals 3 dots which I can click on, and then there is an option to show in folder. If I click on it, it's going to take me to the folder where the recording is and basically show me the recording inside the folder. Also, there is option to delete a recording. It is possible to play each recording by simply clicking on it and opening up this video player. The video player has functionalities of playing and stopping the video, rewinding a couple of seconds, changing the speed, changing the volume, using cut feature to create some clips, adding bookmarks or markers, and simply zooming in and zooming out of the timeline. If during the recording you press the key combination to create a bookmark, you will be able to see it in the player. Here is the visual representation of the bookmark. Clicking on the scissors icon allows you to cut a video into a clip. When you click it, selection like this shows up on the timeline, which usually has a set duration of 10 seconds, but you can easily change it by simply clicking at the either end and then just dragging to lengthen or shorten the selection. After that, you can click the save icon to save your clip. And naturally, all of your cut clips are located in the clips tab. Also, the clips at the moment is empty, but I'll show you again right away how that looks like. Clips are basically once you open up any video inside a player, you can actually choose the clipping option. And then once you clip a certain video, a certain portion, you click save. You clip it, it's going to give you a notification that the clip has been saved successfully. You go to clips, and here are your clips actually. We have uploads as well as empty at the moment, but I'll show you that as well. And we have settings. So let's go through the settings. General, launch Plays app when Windows starts. We can also start minimized. This is useful if you just want it to be started as soon as you start up the computer, but not pop up. Also, there is option to record elevated games, which I'm not exactly sure what that means. Supposedly some game that runs in elevated mode can cause compatibility issues, so if you turn this on, you're going to be able to record those games. Now again, this is supposedly the case. There's also screenshot capture, which I'm not interested. Here is the in-game overlay. However, remember from the GitHub repository, it says that the overlay feature simply doesn't work. Now we come to the theme option, which is my favorite. First thing you want to open up this program, go to theme, change the light to dark, don't be a pussy, and there we go. Welcome to the dark side. I'm just gonna keep it at default because that seems to be even looking better for me. There's a video tab. We have recording mode, automatic. Recording starts and stops automatically with your game. So as soon as you start up the game, I actually want to keep it at manual so I can decide when to record by using a hotkey. Here is the start and stop recording button, which is Control F3, and I'm going to keep it at that. Now here we have replay tools. We can save clips of what just happened while in the game. We can choose the clip length. So we can go up until 90 seconds. I'm gonna keep it at 10 seconds actually, and the button for that is Control F4. I already reviewed a program that has the same feature. The program was called FBX Game Recorder, so check that video out if you want by clicking on the video somewhere right now. And the concept of that particular feature is you have to be recording at that particular time, and then if you want to save a clip, you press a certain key combination, and then what the program does is it simply takes the clip from that point and back 10 seconds. Obviously, it cannot look into the future and record that as well. It has to record from the point that you press the combination and then back the time or the length you set it right here. I'm going to set it at 10 seconds. And I will be testing this feature out to see if it in fact works the same as it does in FBX Game Recorder. Here's another feature, bookmark. We can bookmark a moment in game or like set a marker. And here is the key combination. I'm also going to try that. Next option we have is instant replay. Once again, we remember that on the repository it was stated that this feature doesn't work. Also, we have quality presets of low, which you can see what it does. It changes the resolution and the bitrate. And we can have medium, high, or custom. I'm actually going to change it to custom. I can go up until 1080p and up until 60 frames per second, which I will. And I can also go up to 50 megabits per second, which I'll choose as well. Recording display options are record game mouse cursor, which I do want to do. And we can also record webcam. I don't have a webcam and I'm going to skip that feature, but you can tick that if you want to record it as well. However, I do not see options for webcam recording. You'll have to test that on your own. Going to audio, I can record all audio, which I can adjust the volume of. I can also, I guess, mute the audio by pressing this button combination, but I'm not going to do that. We have microphone settings. I can choose the input source, which I will right now. There's also open microphone, push to talk, or microphone off. This means that this first option is going to record the microphone the whole time. The second one is going to require me to press a key combination to record microphone. That's hence the push to talk name. And the last one simply turns off microphone recording. Upload options allow me to upload to Streamable. It seems there is 𝐴𝐼𝐾𝐾𝐻, YouTube, and then shared folder. Even though the website said that it's not going to work on YouTube, I'm pretty sure that's what I've seen, but it's right here. Let's see, open authorization. The upload platform is not yet implemented, but yeah, the options are there, however not implemented. However, Streamable should work just fine. What I'll do right now is I will register for this account and I will put it in here so we can try this as well. So I just created an account and I also have the account opened up in my browser. I inputted my email and password, so I'll be trying this feature out. Advanced options offer the folder specifications. Also, it can automatically manage the storage. If I turn that on, what it does is it basically automatically records over my old recordings to say so. It removes the older ones to free up space, and then I can record. Then I have space for newer recordings or newer sessions as they call them. Over here I can manage games. What I'll do is I will actually add a game that I want to record. In this case, I'll use a flat-out 2 game, so I'll simply double-click on it, and we can see that it is in fact added. There's also the option to never record a certain game. Next, we have updates, automatic, manual, or off. I'll just leave it as it is. There's also a current version and the latest version. There's some help and about. Feel free to donate if you want to and help them out. Of course, you can always wait out and watch my review and see if it's worth donating. Let's do a recording test. Here I'll be switching to recording with my camera, as I am unable to record with a recorder that's recording a recorder that's recording a game. Doesn't work. Anyhow, the game I'll be trying to record is called Flat Out 2, and this program would flat out not record it. So I had to switch to another, I'm sorry about that, but I had to switch to another game that's called Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions, and as you can see, game recording is in progress. And I just wanted to showcase if there is any lag going on whatsoever, and I did not feel any lag at all. Couple of features that I tried is record and stop hotkey, also creating a clip, as well as few bookmarks, and all of those features do work. As well as I tried to record everybody's most annoying game of the century, Minecraft. I'm kidding, I like the game. I have to, my girlfriend likes it. Anyhow, this program was unable to record it. Last thing I'm gonna check is let's click on uploads. So over here is where I'm supposed to upload, I guess, my videos to the account. I am not exactly sure where the button is to upload it. If I just click it here, there is no button or dedicated button for upload. If I just go here, also there is nothing there. So maybe what I'm supposed to do is actually open up the recording and just drag and drop it. and that seems to not be working as well. Going through sessions or clips shows me nothing. Dragging and dropping a video seems to be doing nothing as well. However, I do have the account opened in the browser, so let's simply try dragging and dropping there and see what happens. Is it going to synchronize maybe with RePlaysTv after it's uploaded? One thing that I want to turn your attention to, your login information. I don't use the same login information on every account or a website, so I should not have any issues, but still be very careful. This application is discontinued, so this is some random guy who is keeping it alive. Is he maybe taking your information? You will never know, so do not put information, do not put the same password you use on your account. So as we can see, in fact, I did upload a video on my streamable page, but if I have a look at here, there is nothing. So it's safe to assume that simply this feature is not working as of this moment. First impressions. This program, very interesting. I remember it at the time when I was using it. It would start recording automatically, and it was pretty solid program. Not something to really be utilized by AMD graphics card users for low impact on system, but still it was very solid for what it could do. From what I remember, the quality presets were actually, I think, the same as they are right now. Overall, the program is pretty okay, I guess. I did have issues with recording some games. As you've seen, Minecraft, one of the most popular games, could not be recorded at all, as well as Flatout 2. But however, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions did work. It says, however, that the game is unknown. Still, it did record it. Previewing the video shows no lag whatsoever. The audio is just fine. I need to adjust the microphone a little bit, and the image quality is just fine, but the image itself seems to be brightened up a little bit. However, still looks just fine. It's missing lots of features, has lots of technical issues, so the questions that arise from all of this are, is this program worth keeping alive? I think the whole experience with old programs being kept alive and that you can still use them after so long. For example, I loved Windows Instant Messenger or the MSN, but however it got shut down. However, you can still find ways to use it, and that's always really nostalgic feel, and you can appreciate that. There's a certain feeling when you use these programs that somebody's keeping alive. There's certain love in that. However, the questions that arise are, is this program good enough, or was it good enough in its time to be kept alive by a third party? And also, was it good enough, and is it still good enough and maybe popular? Do people demand this program to be alive for somebody to put their time and effort into keeping this program alive, maintaining it, or even fixing issues? Those are the questions you can feel free to answer in the comments below. Luxury features, does it have any? Well, certainly first thing that falls into my mind is opening any video and basically being able to see the markers that you have set during the gameplay. This lets you very quickly navigate to any particular portions of the video, use these segments of the video for montages. Maybe if you had a great play, the markers are or bookmarks as they call them, are phenomenal option. Do I need to mention that theme, being able to change it to dark, is it's a necessity these days. The program has the functionality to automatically manage storage. However, I didn't use it and I'm not sure if it works, but on the paper, if it can do these things, it's going to be very useful, especially if you don't want to bother with removing old files. It's going to do it for you. Maybe even it could be super useful for a streamer. And another very useful feature is the replay tool. You can save clips of what just happened in the game by pressing Ctrl F4. It's going to take the recording from that point and then 10 seconds back. Now let's take a look at the cons of this program. First thing is the recording capability. It can record some games, some it can't. Sometimes it's not going to want to record the games that it used to. It took me quite some time to actually record this game again. As you can see, the first time I recorded was actually in 10:44 p.m. and then it took me about 1 hour of testing, retrying different games, retrying the same game a couple of times to once again record it at 11:55 p.m. I open up the same game, I reopen up the replays program, I open up the program first, then the game, I tried a bunch of combinations, but sometimes it simply wouldn't record. Uploading simply doesn't seem to work, or maybe I'm missing where the button exactly is for uploading. I can't see it anywhere. Opening up the editor shows no uploading options whatsoever. And even then, some of the uploading features are not working, are not implemented. Simply, as you can see, it's still not implemented. So who knows, will it be even implemented? Following the question, is this program even worth it? The recorded video itself is a little brighter. Some could even say that the colors look a little washed out, but they are not really. It's just that the video itself is a little brighter than the actual game. Another con that I found out is if you actually rename any of these videos. Let me show you. So here's one video that I can actually play at the moment. It's only 2 seconds, it's just some loading stuff. Let's find that video right here. So I think that's the video in question. You can see by a thumbnail. Let's just rename it. Renaming test, something like that. And let's try to play it now. So as you can see, I cannot play it, but the video is here. Look, I click on it, and now I simply can't play it. Let's try playing the next one, which is some blue logo. 3 seconds. You can see it works. But this other one doesn't. Let's just try once more. Let's rename the blue logo. Here it is, right here. I think you can see that. Another test. And if I have to open up something else, and then I try to open up that blue logo, again, you see it doesn't work. You cannot play it if you rename a video file. Now let's take a look at the good things I ran into. First thing, the bookmarks. Easy to jump into any section of the video where you bookmarked it for maybe some highlight or a specific moment that you wanted to memorize. To add up to bookmarks, they also give you a clip feature. So you simply point out where your bookmark is, you click clip, you can actually readjust it if you want to, and you can save that really quickly into a clips folder, and here is your clip. I don't know what else to say. I mean, it records, it does its job, it's not lagging, there's no watermark, and you can adjust a bunch of settings. Not much to say to really highlight when it comes to pros. Now let me show you the settings that I used for a sample video. So I'm gonna use manual mode, and I'll be using quality presets of custom, using 1080p, 60 frames per second and 50 megabits per second. Recording game mouse cursor is on. Also, when it comes to audio, I'm just going to lower the audio of the game, and hopefully my microphone will be a little louder and you'll be able to hear me, and I'll use open microphone. And that's pretty much it when it comes to all other options. Now let me show you the sample video's media information. So let's see what we have. File size is 188 megabytes, it's 30 seconds, it's overall bitrate, you can see that. Let's take a look at the video. 1080p, the frames per second are in fact 60 and the bitrate is 50.7 megabits per second. So we can see what it's using, bunch of more options. When it comes to audio, we have bitrate of 192 kilobits per second, which is above lower quality, but you still can't tell the difference. So this is going to be just fine. Most of YouTube, I think, and most of my videos are actually at this audio bitrate, so you can't tell the difference. It's just fine. So hopefully, here we go. I'm going to record from here. I'll try to record exactly 30 seconds. I'll do some swinging, and we'll see how it goes. As far as lagging, there is some sort of stuttering going on. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see that on the camera. But let me just do a couple of fightings, and yeah. I'll try to keep it 30 seconds exactly, and you can be the judge of the audio quality, the video, and everything else. Here we go. Final summary and a review. Well, this is the first time that I'm seeing somebody keeping an old recorder alive, especially on GitHub. I myself, from what I've experienced, I'm not really sure is it worth keeping. However, you can be the judge of that in the comments. Once again, let me know. But let's see to what side can we weight the scale, if you will. What does the program do? Well, it records just fine. There is some sort of stuttering. I previewed the video and I do see some stuttering, but that of course can be because of my computer. Still, the program does what it's supposed to do. It records the game and the microphone. There is no separate microphone track recording option. Still, it records. Maybe if you have better computer, you're not going to have lagging issues. If I lowered some settings, for example, maybe it wouldn't lag so much. The video quality looks just fine. It is a little brighter, but I do remember that was the case with original RePlaysTv as well. All you have to do is just tone down the brightness in video editing software and it's gonna look just fine. There is no watermark first and foremost, and you get just basic needs for free. It fills up most of the stat sheet that I require from free softwares, so for me it's just fine. So once again, the question is it worth keeping alive? It has some basic organization. You might have issues with recording some games. You might be able to record most popular games. There's a question if it's going to support newer games that come out. What are you willing to use it for? and how well does it work for you, and are you willing to go through the process of downloading, installing it, and all of this. It wasn't that hard, so maybe that's not even a valid question. It has a bunch of utilities, options, things are customizable, which is good, but overall the only thing I am really concerned with is, can it record my games that I want to play and record? Because once again, like I've said, it records the game, it records the audio, the quality looks just fine, the sound quality is fine, there's no watermark, so it's definitely not bad program, but it has a bunch of compatibility issues, bunch of technical stuff that need fixing, maybe a feature or two added to really stand out. Even so, if you can use it with your computer and your games, this is super solid starting point, a really good program to start recording your games. And it's free, so maybe that alone is very good reason to keep it alive. There's a very basic player that simply works. There's a bookmarking option which makes it super useful, as well as you can cut out those bookmarks into short clips, maybe upload them, share them with your friends, do whatever you desire. So once again, if it works for you, this is a very good starting point. But another very good thing is that this has been my review of this program, and this concludes this video. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to this review. It's always fun to go back in time and check out these programs and see why were they very good or very bad, and what happened to all of them. Do consider rating this video, sharing maybe, and leaving a comment, as well as subscribing to the channel if you are interested in these types of reviews. And thank you for your time. And this has been my review of RePlays.tv. I will see you guys in the next one. Stay awesome and stay good. I'm out.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never look